streaming now. If you're in the chat, it would be great since I'm the only one here. If you let me know you can see me and hear me. I'm going to play through a game of Final Girl today. It's been a fun first day of Gen Con Online. We did a couple streams earlier today, so if you are interested in checking those out, I think you can find those in our Twitch history. And at some point, we'll try to get those added to YouTube, and so folks can watch them there as well. We talked about our current specials that we have going on the website. We talked about, just gave an overview of all of our different products, including a lot of our new releases today. And then we played a rousing game of 4-player Frontier Wars, which was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun banter between the four of us. Myself, Sean, Byron, Evan. So it was a good time. You should check that out. I put a vote out earlier this evening to see, one, if people wanted me to play Final Girl tonight and stream it, and two, which feature film they would like to see. And the most votes gotten was for Frightmare on Maple Lane. So I'm gonna play that tonight. I'm gonna start and show the setup and everything. I have a few basic stuff set out here, but I'm actually gonna go through the whole setup. So if anyone is on, if you see me looking over here, that's where our screen is. If anyone's on, please let me know that you can hear this. Otherwise, I'll probably have to stop for a minute and just check my phone and make sure I am in fact streaming right now. So anyone wants to give me a heads up? All right, I'll just check it. And if you are watching and you have questions, please let me know. I'm not going to be doing a lot of typing because I'm away from the keyboard, but I will answer verbally if I can, and try to keep up. I won't be watching the chat too much because it's over there, but I will check it when I can. So I'm just really quickly, and sorry if this is like total rookie move. I'm new to this whole Twitch thing, so I just want to make sure that we are actually live. So let me go and see if I see myself in the app. I do see myself. Do I hear myself? Yes, I do. All right. So I can be done with that rookie stuff. Please say hi if you're joined. I mean, let me know you're here, and if you have questions as we go, please don't be afraid to speak up. So this is Frightmare on Maple Lane. This is the 5th feature film box, and this was the one unlocked during the Kickstarter at the very end when we broke the record for most funded solo game of all time on Kickstarter. And this feature film box features Dr. Fright, who was killed by the Smallies, who were taking revenge on him for their daughter having committed suicide after a therapy session with him. So he has a very fleshed out backstory. The Smallies are sort of his nemesis, and you're going to see their house on the map. But one of the final girls is actually the Smallies' adoptive daughter, and she doesn't know anything about all of this stuff because it happened before she knew she was old enough to know anything. But I do have all the final girls here. So I'm actually gonna, I don't know if anyone's on, but I'm gonna give you a choice. And you can tell me which final girl you want to see used. So we'll use one of the ones we have. Well, the Frightmare on Maple Lane Final Girls we don't have art for yet. you can hopefully obviously see that this is very much prototype, but I'm going to use sort of this area over here. So that's Rico and Alice. So we can choose one of those. We have Selena and Lori. And just pick one that you think looks cool. Or no one's here and I'm doing this myself. I will pick one in a second. Barbara and Adelaide, how do you say that? Adelaide, I think. And then, put these over here. And then Nancy, so she'll be one of the Frightmare Final Girls, and Brianna, at least right now. All of this is subject to change, but these are who we have right now. And the sleeves are, sorry about the glare from the sleeves. But a lot of the cards I'll be showing you aren't sleeves, so that won't be a problem. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and pick one of these. I want to play Nancy. I want to test her out. She is, you might recognize who she's inspired by, since this feature film box is very much inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street. Nancy is an homage to the main character in that movie. So we have Nancy has a very low number of health, so she has only 4 health, but she does have some ways when she saves victims, as you can see, to get more health back, and a few other things. So we're going to place that right here, and then we take, so these are the final health tokens. There are 9 of them, and both the killer and the final girl gets a final health token. Is that 9? 3, 6, 9. Okay, so we get 3 regular health, and all these pieces and everything are prototype, so the final production could look a lot different, and will definitely look better. So 9 final health. We're going to shuffle these around. So a lot of these are blank, but some of them have hearts on the back, 3 to be exact, and they'll have different number of hearts. So these represent your final health, and just like in the horror movies, sometimes you're not really dead, and that's true of both the killer and the final girl. So depending on which one you have, you may actually, when you get killed, not be really dead and come back to life and have another chance. And the same goes for the killer. So I'm going to put one of these, this one on my health, and this one on Dr. Fright's. So Dr. Fright, we're still testing all this stuff, but right now I have him with 9 health. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Oh, actually, I want to show you his killer board. This is obviously a prototype. Here's what a killer board looks like. Well, it's going to be here. Let's do it this way. This is more of this is not final either, but it's more of a final look of what the killer board will look like. So you can see the bloodlust track over here. It tells you how much damage he's doing, how much he can move. And this is the same thing, basically, focus. But it is a playtest version, so it's still changing. And I'll comment on how much damage they're currently doing based on his current bloodlust level as we go through the video. And if we have time, maybe I'll play another one. Maybe I'll play Inkanyamba. There were several people that wanted to see that one as well. Okay, so that's how you set up the health. These are the action cards. And I'll be sort of showing these over here as I play. so that I can show you exactly sort of what I'm doing. But if you don't know, this game is actually an evolution of the hostage negotiator system. So if you're familiar with that, a lot of this might look familiar to you. I'm going to lay these out where you guys can see them. So the 1 cost, the 2 cost cards in a row like this. And this is sort of your action card tableau. So I want to make sure I don't go off the screen, so that'll be that. And then this. And then the second row are the higher cost cards. So the cost is down in the lower right hand corner. So this one, for example, is cost 6 time. And you'll see as we play. So that's how you set up your action cards. You start your hand 6 0 cost action cards. And these continue to sort of cycle back into your hand. So let's keep those right there for now. All right. Now we take the killer marker, and this is gonna mark his horror level. So right now I have Dr. Fright starting at a 4. That means we're going to be rolling 2 dice. If you decrease it or increase it, you can roll more or fewer dice. And then we take another, where is it? Another killer marker, so another red meeple. And that's going to go, we have to draw a setup card before we can put that out. And then we'll use this girl. Let's use a miniature. These aren't the actual miniatures. These are from a different game. But I'll use this girl miniature. Let's use this one. That'll be my final girl. All right, and we do of course we will have miniatures in the final version. Well, if you get the miniatures pack, which is an extra, you could have miniatures. All right, so we need to get our cards. So final girl lets you have a killer and a location. So if we were playing one or the other of these in a different location or a different killer, we would only take one part of the box, and use it with something else. So you can mix and match all the things, which is something that's really cool about the system. So let's get out the Dr. Fright cards. And we're gonna have, there's all different kinds of cards, and these are prototype. This one has the least art ready. In fact, we're working on that now. But there's finales and dark powers, so we're gonna take one at random of each of those. So let's do one of these is actually I want to make sure I don't get the epic dark power, which is this one. So we're gonna put that over there, and we're gonna take one of these at random. And I'm actually changing these some of these powers, but we'll just go with it because I haven't printed the new ones yet. It'll be fine. And then a finale. So the finale can kick off if we run out of cards in the horror deck that we're about to set up. Okay. And then we have a special deck in with Dr. Fright called the Boiler Room. And it's, how'd that get in there? It is going to depend on if you're asleep or awake. Okay, that is a big part of the theme of this one. So there are 4 boiler room cards, and each one has Dr. Fright in a different quadrant of the card. And this is representing you going through the boiler room in the dream. So I'm gonna explain to you how that works, but this is different from any of the other feature films. And it is a really cool kind of little extra puzzle during the game that you have to deal with. So we're gonna shuffle these around, and we start awake. So we're gonna put that right here. No, not right there. I don't want that right there. Let's put that right here. Okay. All right, and now we have the killer tarot cards, but we cannot set up the tarot deck yet because we need the Maple Lane tarot cards. So you're always going to combine the killer tarot cards and the location tarot cards and make a deck. Oh, hey, someone's here. Oh, Dusty's here. Hey, Dusty. Dig that boiler room art. Yeah, that's fancy. We should just go with that for the final version of the game. All right, so we have event cards. Event cards. And don't mind the symbol, again, prototype. That's actually the Creech Manor symbol, but we're just using the card backs. And this is the item deck. And then the setup cards are sweet, fancy, more sweet art for you, Dusty. And then the tarot cards. So we can take these location tarot cards, shuffle them in with killer tarot cards, and that's going to make our tarot deck. We're only using, there's 24 cards, so there's 16 killer tarot cards and 8 location ones. So we're only using 10 of these in the tarot deck, so you're going to get different combinations every time you play. You're using less than half of the available tarot cards. And some games you may have a higher percentage of location tarot cards, some you may have a higher percentage of killer cards, and that, no matter how it happens, it is, in theory, should be fine and should work. So far, that hasn't been an issue. Alright, so yep, I have that on my screen, so I'm going to put the tarot deck, oh, I need to count 10 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put the rest over there, and we'll put our tarot deck right there. So now that's ready. Alright, we're going to shuffle our event deck. Alright, and we'll put the event deck right above the tarot deck for now. And then the item deck. So most of the boards have, this is a good time to talk about the Maple Lane board. Most of the boards have 3 searchable locations, okay? And if you've seen any playthroughs so far of different ones of these that we had a lot of awesome content reviewers do during the Kickstarter, you've probably seen that. Let me show you the Maple Lane board. And it's prototype. But here's the thing about the Maple Lane board. So you can see there are a lot of the spaces in the middle. Those are the streets. So this is a cross section of Maple Lane and Elm Street. You can see the green spaces are the exit spaces. So when you're trying to save victims, that's where you want to take them. Orange spaces are search spaces. So any orange space you can actually search and find items. So you can see there's a ton of them, and these are houses. So every one of these orange spaces is actually a house on the block. So there's one item deck for each quadrant of the block. But because there's so many search spaces in Maple Lane and houses, you can actually only search each one time. So if I search a house, I'm going to put an alert marker on it to show that that house has been searched, and I can't search it again. There are, instead of 4 items in each search space, there are 3. There's still 12 total items, but there's 3 in each quadrant in Maple Lane. So I'm going to do it this way. So the top one will go with this quadrant, and then the bottom one will go with this one. And then so it's 3 cards, and the top one of each one is face up. So lucky dice. So right now I can search any house in this quadrant, and I'll find the lucky dice. It's not necessarily like the specific card is in a specific house. And there is one item that I don't have even the graphic design for, and it just popped up, and it's the Megaphone, which is actually pretty fun. I had got that the other night. So the Megaphone is going to be down here. 3 more. Ooh, the pitchfork. So if you are familiar with the background story, Dr. Fright was killed by the Smallies with a pitchfork. So he actually has a pitchfork. We haven't decided. Originally it was a claw. We're discussing if it is going to actually be a claw, or if he's going to be like holding the head of a pitchfork, and that's how he's going to use it. We're still figuring all that out. And then the bottom quadrant, there's going to be a Trashcan Lid, which is a good defense item. Okay. And if I was setting this up without explaining and talking, it would be a much faster setup, but I want you guys to see how it all works. All right, so that's that. And now we're going to have a setup card. So there are different setup cards. And it's really hard for you to see, but there's numbers on these. Yep, there you go. And so, focus. Well, it's trying. Anyway, it's going to tell you where to put the final girl, where to put the killer, and how many victims and where the victims go. So you get a variable set up each time. All right, so let's go with midnight. Oh, that's kind of apropos. It's not quite midnight, but it is later in the day. All right, so this setup card is going to have us, we'll put it right here. It's going to have us actually putting the killer on this exit space and the final girl on this exit space. So it's a stare down right at the beginning. And then victims, there's actually one victim in each house. So there are no bunching up of victims in this one. Just to give you an idea, there's another, like one setup card is called Block Party, and there's like 6 people right in the middle of the intersection. So we can do a lot of different things, you know, from one game to the next with using those setup cards to sort of create a different configuration. This one with no victims being on the street might be one of the tougher ones, and you'll see why in a minute. All right, there we go. So one victim in each house, and killer and final girl at the opposite ends of Maple Lane. Okay, and the last thing we need to do, and I think then we're ready to go, is we just need to, we need our time marker. So we start with 6 time, and then we need to flip the first event. So you always start with one event going on. So let's see what we get. Officer Cop. All right, this one's pretty cool. What am I going to use for this? So this one's going to have a token with it. Here, Valerie can be Officer Cop. All right, Officer Cop says, place the cop card token on the exit of your choice. Each upkeep, move it 1 space toward the opposite exit. Remove the cop car when it reaches the exit. Victims in the space with the cop car will move with it and are considered saved when they reach the exit space. So normally I have to take victims to the exit, and in order to save them, this will actually allow me, if I can get them on the cop car will take them to the exit. So I'm going to choose, I'm definitely not choosing where the killer is. I'm going to choose this exit space. So Officer Cop, every upkeep is going to move 1 space down toward the bottom. So after 1, 2, 3, 4 turn, at the end of the 4th turn, she will exit the board. Her cop car will exit the board, and any victims in that space will be saved. So that could be good. That could be good for me. And it could be bad for me if the cop car brings victims to the killer or something like that. All right, so here we go. Let's start. Well, before I start, does anyone have any questions about the setup or anything else? Let me know. I'm going to take a quick drink. Hope you guys are, if you enjoy a beverage, I hope you have one with me. Okay, so here we go. So, another thing I need to explain about Maple Lane, and I am missing something. Okay, so where are they? Where are they? Sorry, forgive me. There is a special here. No. There's a special type of action card that you need with Maple Lane. It might be in this. Yep, right here. We have 2 of these action card sets, and I just apparently grabbed the other one. Here they are. Okay. So there's a special action card that comes with Maple Lane, and it's called Convince. And in Maple Lane, in order to get into a house that has one or more victims in it, I have to convince the people to let me in. I can't just use a walk or a sprint, a normal movement card to get in there. So here's what convince looks like. It might be hard for you to read, but the different the top line success just lets me I basically convince them and I get to enter the house. The middle line is the same, but it costs me time. And then if I fail, I can either put the card back in the tableau immediately, or I can take a damage and basically force my way in the house. But that also ends my turn. I'm like barging in, like, I can't let this killer get me. I'd rather deal with you. Is thematically. And by the way, I'm going to try to role play this, I think, you know, to give you the story. I'll try to explain mechanics as well, but I definitely want to play it up and have this movie play out. Fun. Okay, so convince, it costs 1 time to get a convince card, and there's 2 of them. And since all the victims are in the houses, I'm definitely going to need those. Okay. A couple more things real quick. So, Dr. Fright, because he's in the dream world, and in order to kill him, I have to go into the dream world. So to do damage to Dr. Fright, I actually have to go in the dream world. That's different, and that means go in the boiler room. And that's different than all the other killers. You can just attack the killers anytime you want. But similarly, at least right now, I may change this, but right now he cannot hurt me either unless I'm in the dream world. So part of this is when to go in the dream world. I may get forced into the dream world and the boiler room by the terror deck, but I can also use short rest or long rest. Anytime I use one of those cards, whether I want to or not, I am going to enter the boiler room. Okay? So, and you'll see how that works very soon. All right, so this board has 2 houses connected to the exit space. So if I can get in those houses, I might be able to get a few quick saves in before things start getting bad. Oh, all right, Bloodlust track. So he starts with just doing 1 damage and moving 1 space. As he kills victims, he's gonna get stronger and stronger. Oh, so I can't go in the house yet because I don't have a commit. So I'm certainly not going in the house the first turn. What I'm going to do, I think, is just try to get the horror down. I'm going to save my movement cards. So I'm going to play a focus. Okay. Then focus, if I get 1 success, that symbol right there means I can move the horror level down. And actually, if I get 2 successes, I'll get 2 time. If I fail, I have to spend 2 time and I don't get anything. So these are the dice. These are actually from Hostage Negotiator, so the final dice will be different. There's a success on the 6 side and the 5 side. Oops. And the 3 side and the 4 side are opportunities to be successes. I can discard 2 cards from my hand to make it a success. And then the 2 and the 1 are just outright failures, and they're blanks. Okay? So I'm going to try to focus and see what we do. All right, I got a 1 and a 4. So I can convert the 4 if I want to, and I do. I'm going to use, so I'm not going to be resting this turn or attacking. So I'm going to discard these 2 cards face down and turn this focus into a 1 success. Okay? So I get to reduce the horror by 1. Just focusing, I'm like, don't worry, he's not as bad as he looks. I'm kind of staring him down there at the end of the street. And then I have to spend 1 time. Okay? So this is like a staring competition. Who's going to blink first? So I'm going to go ahead and focus again and see if he'll blink first. Man, another partial success, which is a 3. So I only have 2 cards left in my hand. They're both the walk cards. I don't know if I want to. You know what? I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to, and typically I would not want to empty my hand on the first round like this, but I'm going to do it. Because Convince actually lets me move into the houses. So I'm going to convert that again. And so I get to move the horror down again. If I get it down one more time, I'll actually get to start rolling 3 dice. And I lose another time. So since I'm out of cards, I have no choice but to end the action phase. I have 4 times left to spin, so I move into the planning phase. And I can spend 4 time on cards. So I definitely want at least 1 convince. Okay. So I'm going to get 1 convince. Let's put it here. And I'm going to get a search. Let's see if we can get that Trashcan Lid. That might be helpful. And then I have 1 left, so I can either get another convince or a close call, which will let me reroll. So I'm going to get a close call. Now, all the cards that I played, now that I'm done spending, I've taken this to 0. I reset that back to 6, and all the cards I played this turn go back into the tableau, and I can pick them up next round. All right. So that's the planning phase. I keep looking over there. That's where the screen is. I need to be looking right there. Okay. Oh, someone else is here. Oh, Cope's here. Hey, Cope was here earlier, I think, for our Frontier Wars game. Welcome back, friend. All right, so I got my 3 cards. I reset the time. So now is the killer phase. So the first thing the killer does every round is he has a killer action on the back of his finale card. And right now, at least for this killer, Dr. Fright, he is going to attack whatever's in his space before I even draw a tarot card. There's nothing in his space, so that doesn't really do anything at this point. So the next thing you do after that is to resolve a tarot card. So let's see what kind of evil Dr. Fright's going to get up to. He's disgusting! Oh man, he did. So the stare down is still happening. Like, we are just like looking down, locking eyes. I don't even know if he's really there because I'm awake. So I'm like, is that thing real? But has all these pock marks from being killed and stabbed over and over with the pitchfork. And he is disgusting, and that is really bothering me. So the horror level goes up 2. But that's it for this card. So nothing else happens. He's not moving or attacking anyone yet. The stare down continues. So that's the end of the terror phase. After the terror phase is the panic phase. We've actually recently moved panic out. It used to be at the end of the terror phase. Now it has its own phase because we realized we and playtesters were forgetting panic sometimes. So with its own phase, you may still forget, but it's a little bit. It just is that one extra little thing to help you remember. So there's no panic because no one was killed. So we can just go ahead and move right through that. And now we have the upkeep. So normally the upkeep is where you can rearrange items and maybe some special rules happen during the upkeep. And in fact, because we know we have Officer Cop is the event, we know something happens during the upkeep. So Officer Cop is slowly driving, patrolling the neighborhood. So she's driving down, she's looking for any misdealings or criminal activity. So when she moves into that center space, she may notice if I'm still there or Dr. Fright's still there. She may look down at us, but she doesn't know too much of what's going on yet. All right, so that's the end of the upkeep. So now we can go back to the next action phase. So I get to use my cards that I got. So I really need to convince one of these victims to let me in. That's Mr. Burden up there. Oh, I could go up or down. So I could get the pitchfork or the Trashcan Lid. What do you guys think? Offense or defense? Pitchfork is a weapon. Could come in handy for damaging Dr. Fright. The Trashcan Lid is for protection. So if you have an opinion in the next few seconds before I resolve these cards, let me know. So I'm going to convince, that's Mr. Burton up north of me and Miss Jackson down south. So I'm going to try to convince one of them. Defense. All right, we're going to go down south to see Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson, let me in, please. There's some gross guy at the end of the street. All right, we're continuing with the conversion rolls. So I only have 2 cards. I'd have to give both of them up to convert. I can take a damage and barge in, but that will end my turn. So I'm going to use close call. So close call is a reroll card. I can either just reroll one die for no cost, or I can pay 2 time to reroll all the dice. And this is a situation where I think I need to pay 2 time because I want to reroll both dice. All right. Well, we had a dice kill a victim, but we finally got our first success of the game. So a success and a partial success. I can't convert, but we have convinced Miss Jackson after a long conversation, because she didn't like what we were saying at first, to let us in. Thank you, Miss Jackson. Don't worry, Miss Jackson. There's something crazy out there, but I'm going to get you out of here. But first, do you have anything in your house that I can use? A weapon? Something for defense? Let's search your house, Miss Jackson. All right, so we're going to search. If I get, again, that's hard. That's probably too small for you to read, but if I get 1 success, I will get the Trashcan Lid. If I get 2 successes, I can draw the top 2 cards and choose between them. So let's hope for that. All right, well, at least I got the 1. So, and I had to spend the time when I convinced her to let me in, so I'm down to 3. All right, so I could take the top card. Struggling to focus. All right, I could take the top card at my location for 1, and I lose 1 time. But I'm going to go ahead and take that. So this is the Trashcan Lid, and it says, whenever you receive damage from the killer, reduce it by half. So that could really come in handy. It has 3 uses, and it takes 1 hand. There's a little hand symbol right there. Some things take 1 hand, some take 2. Obviously, I have 2 hands I can use. So this has 3 uses, though. So after he hits it 3 times, it basically is damaged beyond repair and is no longer useful to me. So I'm going to put these on there to mark. Each time I use it, I'll go ahead and remove 1. So, all right. So we have a Trashcan Lid shield. All right. But that's it for my cards. So I have 2 time to spend. So I get all my original 0 cost cards back, which is nice. And then, so I can walk out of here and save her. I'm gonna try to go help Mr. Burton as well. So let's take the convince and the other close call. And then we put these back into their spot. All right. So that's the end of my second action phase. Me and Miss Jackson, we're having a conversation. I'm trying to convince her that she needs to come out. Like, if you stay in your house, you very well could end up dead. I don't know why. I've had these weird dreams lately with this man with these pockmarks, and it just seems so real. So we gotta go. All right. So that's the end of the planning phase. Back to 6, and there's no one in his space for him to attack, so we're gonna go to the terror phase. But if this is a dream, then I can ... If you are awake, immediately discard this card and resolve the next terror card. I am in fact awake, so you will discard this and resolve the next one. Now that's not great because the terror deck is a timer, and if we run out of terror cards, the finale will trigger, and the finale is usually pretty difficult. Didn't you know they were already dead? Remove 1 victim from a saved victim space on your final girl card. So as we save victims, we put them on the final girl card and we get benefits for it. If I happen to have any, I would have to remove them, but I don't, so I don't have to. However, it says, if there are none or the final girl card has been flipped, discard this card and resolve the next terror card. Ay. So we are really speeding toward the finale, which is not great for me. Oh gosh, look at this. They just got hit by a car. Oh my gosh, this is insane. If there are no victims in the street, discard this card and draw another terror card. That just took 3 turns off the game, 3 turns before the finale triggers. It's a little different than hostage. The finale can go on for multiple turns. So, but I definitely don't want the finale triggering super early. But this is what's happening, so this is what we get. Slasher. All right. Get it? Slasher. All right, so this symbol to the left here means target the closest, either victim or final girl, whatever's closest. So yeah, there's actually a tie, and there's a tie. I can pick which, I need to actually pick which one is worse for me. They're both about equal, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go, he's gonna go ahead, I moved down, he's gonna move down. So, and he doesn't have any restriction. He lets his pitchfork do the convincing. So he moves in. Oh, sorry. He actually attacks first, then he moves in, and then he attacks again. So Mr. Smallwood, unfortunately, just got a pitchfork right to the eyes. Blood's going everywhere, and he's dead. So he goes on down here in the dead area, and bloodlust increases. So we move this up the bloodlust track. I know you guys can't really see what's going on here, but so the effect when that happens is horror increases. So this goes up 1, and now he's still doing 1 damage and 1 move. But that if it goes up again, he's going to be doing 1 damage and 2 moves. So he's going to start getting stronger. All right, so Dr. Fright has got his first victim. Apparently, I mean, midnight, all these guys are asleep, so they're going to have to, I'm going to have to wake them up and save them. Okay, so there's another effect. All victims that are not in a search space panic. So that does not apply because everyone is sleeping in their house. No one's in the street. So we don't have to worry about that. All right. So that's the end of the terror phase, the panic phase. If there was another victim in there with them, the victim would panic. But that's not the case. So we go to the upkeep, and Officer Cop moves to the middle of the intersection. So we both went in the houses. She looks down both ways. Nothing's going on. She doesn't know the wiser. So she's just driving down the street. So let's see if we can go down there and get some, let's save Miss Jackson. And then maybe depending what we get, if we try to walk, maybe we'll try to go get some victims on Officer Cop's car to get out. I think I am going to try that. All right. Miss Jackson, are you ready to get out of here? Yes, I'm ready. Take me, please. All right. So we're just going to walk right out of here. So here's walk. I can't lose sight of that horror level because it's up to 5, which isn't great. All right, I got 1 success. So 1 success with a walk is move up to 1 space and lose a time. So I will definitely, we'll just slide these over here. All right, so we can move out, lose a time, and since we're on an exit space, I'm on an exit space with the victim, I can say, go farther down Maple Lane, get as far as you can get. But there's a cop right there. I don't care. Go that way. Don't go toward the cop. Go that way. All right. So Miss Jackson, bless her soul, has been saved. Now, I can choose a benefit. All right. So I can get a health, 2 health. I'm at full health, so I don't need those. I can move 2 spaces, gain 2 time, take a long rest card, or take a planning card. What do you guys think? I really think we should take the move 2 spaces. But I could be convinced for the time if you guys want to try that or taking some cards. So if you have an opinion, let me know while I take a sip of beer. All right, let's take the move 2 spaces. Yeah. Cope knows what's up. Oh, I always forget it's on like a 5-second delay, so I got to give you guys some time. Okay, we're taking the 2 spaces. So this goes right here. Thank you, Miss Jackson. And we get to move 2 spaces. Let's go talk to Officer Cop. Officer Cop! And it's K-O-P-P, but obviously it's a play on words as well. All right, follow me, Officer Cop. Just keep going the way you're going. We're gonna go get someone here for you. All right, so we need to walk again. I just need one space, so I just need 2 successes. Or sorry, I just need 1 success. That's fine. I'm not asking for too much. Tilted die. My house rule is always reroll tilted die. All right, I got 3 and a 4, so I can convert twice. I only need to convert 1, and I'm going to use the weak attack and the short rest to convert. Okay, so I get to walk 1 space. Yay! For 1 time. And then now we need to convince. Okay, the only one this is connected to is this space right here. You can't see the lines, but this house is connected up here. So we're going to go in here. And again, we're working on the lower right quadrant, and this is Old Man Smith's house. Old Man Smith is he's old, of course. He's in his 80s, quiet man, lives on the corner. Quiet unless there's kids playing in his yard, and then he's the get off my lawn guy. Being a young woman myself, I'm not too keen about knocking on his door at this time of night, but I'm going to get over my pride because I need to save this guy. So, knock, 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 convince. Let me in. Mr. Smith, wake up! Wake up! Put your hearing aid in. All right, I got 1 success. Mr. Smith, groggy, rubbing his eyes. Yes, young woman, what do you want? Let me in, I'll tell you. All right, so Mr. Smith has let Nancy in, and now begins the conversation to convince him. Now, I don't have any move cards, but I'm not going to end yet. I really need to do some focusing. Just hold on, Old Man Smith, while I focus and figure out what to do. I know you're tired. Go make yourself some hot tea, or, well, we don't really have time for that. Go pack your bags. All right, 1 success. So on the focus, so horror goes down. Oh, sorry. Put it over there. Horror goes down 1, and time goes down 1. All right, let's focus again. Let's do it. Let's get this horror level back down. Yeesh. All right. Well, I have a close call. I'm gonna lose 2 time anyway on a fail, so I'm doing it. Oh, I keep doing that. Jeez. All right. Well, you saw the last one. So I'm playing my close call for 2 time because I'm gonna lose 2 anyway. Of course, if I fail again, that'll be bad. So let's see if we can get horror level down. Oh, all right. Double fail. I lose 2 more time. No benefit. So it actually goes all the way to the stop sign, which means I have to end my action phase. I didn't have any other cards anyway, so that was gonna happen anyway. However, I've put myself in a really bad spot because I don't have any time to spend. And all of my 0 cost cards were in here. So I have created a situation where I have 0 cards in my hand, which is not good, and you're going to see why. All right, so planning phase, I take no cards. We move on to the horror phase. So the horror phase, killer phase is there's no attack, no one to attack, so he's going to draw a terror card. It's too quiet. It is too quiet. Horror goes up, so I lose that one I just reduced. Then he targets the final girl and moves twice. Well, he moves his movement twice, so his movement is 1. So he comes out and he moves toward final girl 1 space. So he is coming. And then if the killer is in the same space as you, increase by another horror. Thank goodness he is not, so that's that one. Now, Officer Cop sees this crazy man coming, and even though she's armed and has a gun, she's never seen anything like that before. She knows it's not real, or it's either not real, or if it is, she doesn't want to mess with it. So she is like, nah, man, I'm out of here. I'm going this way. Where did that girl go? All right, so unfortunately, so now that's the upkeep. I don't have any cards, so my action phase this round immediately ends. But I do have 6 time to spend now. So I get all my 0 cost cards back. Old Man Smith grabs a scotch. Yeah, give me a shot as well, please. So I get my free ones and I get 6 to spend, which is nice. So I need to get, I'm going to try to get both of these on the cop card before she moves out. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to need to convince. That's 1. I'm going to want to, oh no, I can't go in there because that's the Smalley's house. That's connected from that way. Well, I'm still going to try to get these people out of the south end. But I'm going to take a search because I don't know what else is in this neighborhood on this part of the neighborhood, but I do know that there's other houses here. Which I forgot to mark that. So I searched this house. I can never search that house again. All right, so that's 2 more, and I'm gonna take. Ooh, this is one of my favorite cards. I'm gonna take improvise. Improvise can, if we succeed on improvise, can make it where 3s and 4s are count as successes, and I don't even have to convert them. So that's my last 3. Go back to 6, and that's the planning phase for that round, and then we go to the terror phase. Oh gosh, she's gonna move again before I can get him on there. Dang it! Oh well, we're too late for that. All right, so terror phase. Did you hear what happened on Maple Lane? Oh gosh, people are talking. Tell me, what happened? What happened, Mr. Smith? The Smalleys. Place Special Meeple 1 and Special Meeple 2 in the Smalleys house. Each time one of these victims is killed, +1 bloodlust. Well, isn't that fine and dandy? He is literally right outside the Smalleys house. And remember, the Smalleys killed him, so he hates them, which is why bloodlust goes up extra if he kills them. So, meet Mr. Smalley. Hello, it's me, Mr. Smalley. And meet Mrs. Smalley.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm deadly with a pitchfork.
So, look at that, fresh meat. All right. So that stays in place so that we can reference this if we need to, if they get killed. But there's another event, so this card actually triggers 2 events. So let's see what else is going on in Maple Lane. My boyfriend. Choose any actually I changed this. So the boyfriend goes, there's actually the boyfriend's house up here. So the boyfriend goes in the boyfriend's house, and our boyfriend is actually a hostage negotiator. A lot of people don't know that. He's very dreamy. So he comes in up here in the boyfriend's house, and if the killer, this is good though. If the killer targets me, final girl, he instead targets the boyfriend. So if he would move toward me, he's actually going to go kill the boyfriend first. And lastly, we have to draw the next tarot card. You can see I'm thrilled about that. 1, 2, Frankie's coming for you. Alright, so he moves, he targets the nearest victim, and he moves. This is awesome. One of the things I love about this, and I think me and Evan think we've done really well, is the emergent storytelling that comes with the game is just like really cool. So he moves into the house, but he's not going to kill anyone yet because this is the beginning of the jingle. However, they basically are scrambling and hiding. So they're hiding all throughout the house. It says if in a space with with victims or a victim, +2 horror. Otherwise, +1 horror. So I have just maxed out horror. This is not what you want to happen. What? The Smalleys are still in town? I know the killer's gonna go for them. But Mr. Smith, I need to get you out of here. All right. So Officer Cop's like, hey, You told me to wait for you, but I don't have time for that. I saw that guy. I'm out of here. She rides off to the exit, and that's gone. So we missed our opportunity to leverage Officer Cop to help us get some victims out. Now we're just gonna have to walk Old Man Smith to the end of the street and get him out of here. Whew. All right. Well, it's back to me. There's only 2 cards left in the terror deck. This is about to get. I really need to gear up. So I have my search card. What do you think? Should I search Old Man Smith's not gonna have anything useful. Like he gets mad at the kids in his lawn, but he doesn't have a weapon. So maybe I come down here to what's his name? Gosh. Buckhalter, Roger Buckhalter. I mean, he's like loaded to the hip. He's like always talking about, oh, I got all these weapons. He's one of these like tough guy kind of types. So let's go save Mr. Smith and then go rap on Mr. Buckhalter's door and see if he can see what he has. All right, so we're gonna walk, hopefully at a brisk pace. Oh crap, we have one. Oh, hold on. We are horrified. We really need to get up to 2 dice. So we're not gonna do that yet. We're gonna focus. We gotta focus. We gotta think about this plan. I really need this to be a success. All right, it's a 3, which isn't a total loss. All right, we're gonna stick with the discarding of the short rest, weak attack cards. Probably gonna need those at some point, and it's gonna burn me when I keep doing this. But I do get a success, which is key. So I get to reduce by 1, and I spend time. I'm really not rolling great this game so far. I could turn around. All right, let's go. We gotta go. Come on. Hold on. We're gonna improvise. Maybe we can take a shortcut through the yard, Mr. Smith. Do you have like a side gate or anything? All right, we're gonna improvise. Come on. All right. See, it happens to me too, guys. Like everyone, the dice don't love me just because I designed the game. I get the bad end of the stick too. So unfortunately, oh gosh, that increases horror. I have no reroll. Nothing we can do. Oh, jeez, and I lose the time. I'm very frazzled apparently. Mr. Smith's like telling me stories about the old, like he just has no idea about what's going on here. We gotta focus again. You told me there was a side gate. There's no side gate. Mr. Smith, come on, you're killing me. Literally. Alright, 6. So our focus worked. We get horror back down. We get to go back to 2 dice. Forget it. Let's go. We don't have time, Mr. Smith. We're gonna walk out the front door and we gotta get down the street. Oh, here we go. I can't spend all my time and have no cards again. So, all right. Whew. Got 1 success. So we're walking out. Let's go. Come on, pick up the pace, Mr. Smith. All right. So that costs 1 time. I'm down to 2 time. I'm not gonna keep going. So now I'm gonna end my turn there voluntarily. I have 2 time to spend, and I'm going to have the convince to get into Mr. Buckhalter's house. I have the search. I have a walk. So do I take rerolls? Yes. Or I could take a sprint planning for the next. Or I could take a convince planning for the next turn to go in the other house. Need that special HN dice right now. The frustration die? Yeah. I thought about getting 5 of them out, just using those. But yeah, that would That probably wouldn't be smart because I'd roll an X and lose automatically. Alright. Let's get the rerolls. If I don't need them, I can discard them for action points. Or time. Alright. Time goes back to 6. Alright, now planning phase is done. These go back in. I pick those up next turn, except for improvise. Improvise, I would have to buy again. Alright, so beginning of the killer phase. He finds Mr. Smalley hiding in the closet. And Mr. Smalley was originally going to shoot and kill Dr. Fright until his wife convinced him that he deserved something far worse. And that she saw the pitchfork in the corner of the barn, and he nodded and went to grab the pitchfork, gave it to his wife, who stabbed Dr. Fright over and over again. And Dr. Fright, who had learned to go into the dream world right before he died, went into the dream world. So they killed his body, and on record he's dead. But now he haunts from the dream world, and he knows how to kill people and do damage to people from the dream world. So he finds Mr. Smalley in the closet, and Mr. Smalley has his gun, and he's terrified, and he's cowering, and he points the gun at Dr. Fright and pulls the trigger, closes his eyes and pulls the trigger, unloads the clip. But the bullets just go straight through. Dr. Fright is only really in the real world when he wants to be. So after the bullets go through, he walks up to Mr. Smalley, who still hasn't opened his eyes. And he takes a peek. He didn't hear anything. He looks, and he just as he looks, he sees Dr. Fright raising his pitchfork claw and swipes him in the face, slashes his face, and then stabs him through the heart and kills him. Poor guy. We'll miss you. So, he's dead. In case that wasn't clear. The bloodlust track goes up. There's no effect, but now, if Dr. Fright is moved, he moves 2 spaces instead of 1. And that was before we even resolved the tarot card. So now we resolve the tarot card. Alright. Marked for death. It says, until the next terror phase, all victims in your space immediately panic. Oh, goodness. So I am marked for death. No one wants to be with me. Mr. Smith is, Old Man Smith is like, looks at me and realizes something, and just, he's like, I gotta get away. Like, he's old, but he's not completely, he's still there. Still there enough to know he's got to. Okay, so this is your first time seeing Panic, if you haven't seen Final Girl before. So all of these spaces have numbers 1 through 6 in different directions. So when a victim panics, we roll a die and we see which way they're going to move. They're basically running away from their space. So we're going to roll for Mr. Smith, and we get a 1. So Mr. Smith is like, I can't trust this girl. I got to go back this way. So he panics back to the middle of the street. It's like an uphill battle. This is gonna be tough. So he's panicked. Anyone I come in contact with until the next killer phase is going to panic. So that's great. Now, Dr. Fright targets the closest victim, moves, but he's already in a space with them, and he kills another victim, Mrs. Smalley. Oh, shoot. We have the Smalleys event in play. So Bloodlust actually goes up twice. Now he's damaging 2 and moving 2, and horror goes up as the effect. So I'm back to minimum, or the lowest horror value. But not only that, he's now going to kill Mrs. Smalley. So he goes, he's come out of the closet. He hears footsteps. Miss Smalley fears the worst, so she started calling out for her husband, and she's crying. She doesn't dare go in the bedroom, though. She knows that's where he was hiding. He told her to go into their daughter Brianna's room and get under the bed, but she has now left that location. She heard something. She heard gunshots, and she's fearing the worst. She's hoping that whoever the intruder was is dead. So she's cautiously going through the hallway, and she decides she can't see. She's got to flick on the lights. She flicks on the lights, and when she does, Dr. Fright's face, his pockmarked face, is 2 inches from her face, and she lets out a scream and essentially passes out. That's the worst thing you can do with Dr. Fright. She finds herself in a boiler room, and she's running around looking terrified. She's running, she turns left, more boiler room. She turns right, more boiler room. Anywhere she goes is more boiler room. She turns another corner. She sees Dr. Fright at the end, turns back, runs the other way. How can it be? Dr. Fright is at the end of that hallway as well. She stops. She gets to the intersection. She's looking every direction. She doesn't see anything. Dr. Fright is right above her, standing upside down. It's the dream world. He can do whatever he wants. Standing upside down right above her. And he says, he doesn't say anything. He taps her on the head with his pitchfork. She looks up, straight through her brain with the pitchfork. And this, unfortunately, even though it's in the dream world, is real. Blood runs down her head. She falls to the ground in the boiler room, and she falls to the ground in the hallway of her own home, dead. Dr. Fright has successfully exacted his revenge on the Smalleys. If you want to say a few words, there she is. 2 bloodlust. The first bloodlust increase is going to reveal the killer's dark power. It's fitting that as he kills his enemies and his killers, in fact, that he would reveal his dark power, which is naturally the pitchfork claw, which says, once per round, when the killer damages you, +1 horror. As if I haven't had enough problems managing horror as it already is. So, now I have that to deal with. Horror goes up again because of the Smalleys event. So there's no effect on this one, and he's still doing 2 damage and moving 2. The Smalleys event can be discarded because they are both dead. And that, thankfully, is oh no, it is not the end. If the killer did not attack you or you are awake, immediately enter the boiler room. Naturally. So, I'm not awake, and the killer did not attack me. So both those conditions are true. So we're going to go in the boiler room now. I'm exhausted. I'm falling asleep, and there's nothing I can do about it. So Mr. Smith has left me. I'm really kind of panicking, and I don't know what to do. So I kind of just stop, go to the side of the street, and I'm just going to lay down for a minute. I can't handle it. So now, the way this works is we have the boiler room deck here, and on the other side of this card it says boiler room asleep. So I basically take this card, just take it straight from the top and slide it under the bottom, okay, like that. And then I flip the deck over. So I'm now in the boiler room, and I'm gonna have to resolve at the end of every killer phase. I have to resolve a boiler room card, which is now. So the card's resolved. I'm now at the end of the killer phase. I have to resolve a boiler room card. The way I do that is I have to slide the top boiler room, the top card, up, down, left, or right, and I have to reveal half of the boiler room card underneath it. If I reveal Dr. Fright, he pops out at me in the boiler room and attacks me. Okay, so the first card you don't have any information really, so it's basically a 50% chance no matter which way you slide it. As you go through the boiler room, you have additional knowledge. So for example, if he shows up on the left side of a card, I know that there's only one other card where he is not going to be on the left side. So like if he shows up in the lower left, I know that each card is in a different quadrant, so I have better odds if I can reveal the left side of another card. So it might make more sense just to show you. So I'm going to slide this to the right, like that. And thankfully, Dr. Fright is not on either of those spaces. So hooray! I have my first trek through this hallway in the boiler room. No Dr. Fright. I'm good. So I have to do that once per killer phase. During my action phase, if I want to try to rush through the boiler room, I can resolve as many of those as I want. So maybe I don't want to be asleep. Sometimes you do want to be asleep, so you don't want to rush through, because if you want to attack him, you need to be in the boiler room asleep. Now, also, I can still move around on the board. I'm in the dream world, but I can still move around. However, victims will not follow me, and victims will not follow me, but I can still search. Essentially, I'm manifesting items in the dream world, so I can still search and do all those other things, but I'm not going to be able to save anyone. Now, after the killer phase is the panic phase. There is still a victim with Dr. Fright, so that victim is going to panic. That victim, that's Brianna actually. So she's the adoptive daughter. Her parents are dead, and she knows she has to get out, hopefully. So the house has a 1 to 3 leaving the house. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, she's staying in the house and hiding, which is probably not going to be great for her. 6. So, nope. She's like, Mommy told me to go to my safe spot. So she has a pretty good hiding place, but I fear the worst. Alright. So that's it. Upkeep. Nothing for the upkeep. And now it's back to my action phase. Alright. Well, so much for the plan to go save Mr. Smith or anyone else since I'm in the boiler room. Do I want to try to get out of the boiler room? I really just want to, I'm going to go try to find a weapon. I'm going to stick to the plan to try to go to Mr. Buckhalter's house and find a weapon. So I'm going to walk. I'm rolling 1 die. I don't have any focuses, so it is what it is. 1 die. Alright, success. So 1 space, lose a time. Alright, Mr. Buckhalter. Let me in, Mr. Buckhalter. I need a weapon. I'm in the dream, but I'm like, he's sleeping, so it's perfect. I'm like, let me in. Alright, a 3, which I can convert. I have 2 close calls. Or I could, a fail, I can go in and take a damage, but my turn ends. Might not be the best idea to rough up Mr. Buckhalter, but you know what? He is, at the end of the day, a gentleman, and he would never hit a lady. So I'm going to run in, and I'm just going to lower the shoulder, go in, take a damage. I'm down to 3. But I'm in the house. I'm safe for now. I've convinced him to let me in. Poor Mr. Smith. I hate leaving him like that, but old man, so he's literally in the middle of the intersection, looking down each street. Doesn't know where to go. He's scared to go back towards me because he knows I'm marked for death, which is the way to get to his house. So he's very confused. Really hope he makes it out of this. Alright, so I'm stopping. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the dream world for now. I might try to wake up next turn. Okay. So I get to spend my time. I only used one. No, I used 2 time. Wait, what is Oh, I don't lose any time if I do that, but I just end the turn. So, all right. So I have 5 time to spend. I'm gonna have to start gearing up to attack this guy, man. It's almost finale. Well, let's hope I get a weapon, and I'm gonna take some attack cards. You know what? I'm gonna take Retaliate. Retaliate's 4, but it's a defense card. So if he attacks me in the boiler room, I can actually use Retaliate against him. And that's 4. And the only other thing I can take, since I already have both close calls, is Convince, and my starting cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm not over the hand limit. 10 is the hand limit. These go back. So, all right, that's what we're doing. This goes back to 6, and killer phase. So, unfortunately, Dr. Fright, he knows Brianna's in there. It takes him a while to find her. He's actually looking around for a long time, and then he notices under the leg of one of the couches a small seam in the floor. He moves the couch and finds a trap door. Pulls up the trap door, sees Brianna cowering. Brianna, being a strong young woman, lunges at him to fight back. I'm not going to go into the details. She fought valiantly, but she's on his turf. So Brianna, she's not functionally and mechanically, even though she's still a generic victim, so bloodlust doesn't go up twice or anything like that, but it does go up again, which increases the horror. Horror is already at max. When horror is at max and it increases, bloodlust goes up again. So it now goes up again. He's now doing 3 damage per attack, and he can move 3 spaces. So he's buffed up pretty well. I haven't done much on the other hand. And that was all before the terror card. So the last terror card is, I said don't look back. If there are no exit spaces that have at least 1 victim, discard this card and draw the next terror card. Well, there aren't any. I got every single discard this and draw the next terror card. That was pretty amazing. And maybe there's too many of those. That's what playtesting's for. So I'll think about that and how that went down. We've played enough of this that hasn't happened before. So it's pretty unique. But that's that, and now the finale triggers. So flip this over, and luckily for me, he won't do anything the rest of this turn, but from now on, he does this effect, which is he's going to target the closest victim, the closest person, move and attack. And it says, while this card is in play, reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting it. It's called Face Your Fright. So this is it, the showdown. I'm not coming out of the boiler room. It's every time I come out, I go right back in. So this is it. I mean, I'm not saving any more victims. I need to find a weapon, and it's on. It's time. So here we go. All right. I'm going to... Oh, I have to resolve a boiler room card. So now, because I know I got 2 lefts that are blank, I know that if I go that way again, it's a 66% chance he's going to attack me. I have a retaliate, so there's sometimes you may want him to attack, but I'm not there yet. So I'm actually going to, and I'm not going to be able to keep using the stand. So the way it works is the whole deck's still under there. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to slide down like that. And awesome. So I slid down, real 2 more spaces, and they're both blank. So cool. We could do it like this maybe. Oh, I forgot I'm advertising for my friend Berkey over here. This table is a Game Toppers table. They're awesome. Berkey's a great guy. And so there's some free advertising for my friend. And so far I'm making it through the boiler room with no ill effects. And that's the end of the killer phase. So upkeep is nothing, so it's back to me. Alright, let's find whatever you got in here. It's a dream. I'm in the dream, so in my dream, see how good I am at controlling my dream. Mr. Buckhalter has a lot of weapons, more than he even has in real life. Or if this is a nightmare, maybe he doesn't have any. Oh, I'm rolling one die. Oh, maybe I should focus first. Yeah. Let's see if we can get back to 2 dice. So I'm going to focus. Come on, come on. A 4, so I can convert. I'm going to keep my walk, I think. I'm going to discard a weak attack and a weak attack and a convince. I'm not too concerned with trying to convince people to let me in anymore. Alright, so horror goes up, time goes down, and let's search. Come on, baby. Come on. I really need this. I have two rerolls. Come on. Gosh, it's ridiculous. I can convert, or I could use a close call. I'm gonna reroll. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll both for 2 time. Come on. Let's do it again. We're going all out. 2 more time. I mean, it's gotta be here. Get out of here, those 2 dice. Give me 2 different dice. Unbelievable. 3 and a 4. Well, I gotta convert. Alright. The focus and the short rest are going. That's a lot of cards to get in one search. This better be good. Oh, how much time does that cost me? 1 time. So I'm basically at 0. And ooh, a rifle. This has a typo on it, but it's a rife. It's missing the L. But a rifle! I knew it! I don't know how I knew it, but I knew he was armed. Alright, the rifle. It takes 2 hands. So I am gonna have to put my trash can lid in my backpack. So when you get an item, you can rearrange during upkeep or when you get a new item. So I'm moving that down there. I'm not gonna be able to use it to defend while I have the rifle in my hands, but I might go on the attack here in a minute. Now the rifle is, some weapons modify when you use attack cards. Rifle works different. It has a range of 1 to 3 spaces, so I can shoot anywhere from 1 to 3 spaces away. But I have to make a horror roll to do it, and if I get a success, I deal 2 damage to the target. And it's supposed to be on there that it has 2 uses, so I could do it twice. So that might be potentially up to 4 damage on him, which I need a lot of damage. And that's the end of, yep, that's the end of my round. So I get to pick up the walk. I don't have any other time to spend. And all these go back in. So, short rest, focus, close calls, search, weak attack, commence, focus. Okay. Alright, so killer phase. He always is going to move toward the closest. Oh no, he's moving 3, remember. So the closest is either this guy or Old Man Smith. And I have to choose what's worse for me, and definitely is worse for me even though it will put him in rifle range, it's still worse for me because I have attachment to Old Man Smith now. So this is where the movie blacks out. You see him approaching Old Man Smith. Old Man Smith's still looking in each direction, wondering where to go, and he turns and looks west on Maple Lane and sees Dr. Fright coming, and he's frozen in horror. He's frozen. He can't move. He's not even blinking, and before Dr. Fright even gets to him, he stops breathing and falls to the ground dead. Honestly, it's a much better way for him to go, to die of shock and fear like that. That's the one bit of solace I can take from this. So, rest in peace, Old Man Smith. Horror goes up 1. No effect, and he's still doing 3 and 3. The next effect is going to be horror going up 2. I've been completely inept at controlling the horror level of this game. So that's the end of the killer phase, and I have to resolve another boiler room card. Now the cool thing about this is when it's like this, you always have to reveal at least one space. But because I've gone left and then down, I can actually reveal the next card. I can move them left and just reveal one space. So that's awesome. I had a very low chance of getting, we knew 1 lower right card. So I had a 2 out of 3 chance of not getting damage. So that's cool. So I'm still doing okay there. I have 1 more to get out of the boiler room. But remember, because we're in the finale, Face Your Fright, there's no way out of the boiler room until Dr. Fright is dead. Alright, well, I can at least use my rifle. Horror didn't go up, which is nice. Thank goodness. I don't dare walk up to him because I don't have any attack cards. So yeah, let's not wait around. I might want to convert. So I'm aiming. Boom! Fire. Horror roll. I haven't rolled any successes all night, but maybe now's the time. Yes! Success. And with the rifle, I just need 1 success. Getting 2 doesn't do anything different. So I hit him. Boom! 2 damage. We finally... So, here's the thing. Dr. Fright doesn't... No one's ever attacked him in the dream world. He never even knows, or at least not with any authority. Brianna tried, but she wasn't able to damage him. This is the first time he's realizing that he can actually be hurt. And I see it too. I hit him square in the shoulder. Boom. I mean, it hit him. And it's because I believe. I believe I can kill him. So he is coming to the realization now that he's not as invincible as he might think he is. So I can only shoot the rifle once per round, so that's that. Mr. Buckhalter, I mean, you're not going to follow me because it's a dream. So you go back to sleep. There's 1 more search card in this quadrant. I've searched this house, so I can't search this one again. So let's walk. Maybe I'll go across the street. What's over there? The Megaphone? No, that doesn't help me. The pitchfork's up there. Alright. That would be fun. Pitchfork versus pitchfork. Alright, here we go. Let's walk. Alright, 6 and a 3. So, if I convert, I can walk 2 spaces, but I don't have enough cards. So, one time, we're going outside. Hello, sir. And actually, if I get close to him, I can get in range for rifle fire. And remember, the boyfriend's out, so he even if he targets me, he's actually going to move toward the boyfriend. So we're semi-serious. Like, I'd rather live than worry about my boyfriend. So here we go. Walk again. Nope. Fail. Now on the walk card, I can take a damage and still move a space and lose 2 time. I'm going to do that. I'm down to 2. could be dangerous actually. If he shows up in the boiler room, could be dangerous. Yeah, but no guts, no glory. So I'm moving there. I'm stopping. I have free time. I get my free cards and I have free time to spin. I'm gonna take. Ooh, distraction could help me really. I'm gonna take distraction because if he kills someone, he is gonna kill someone. Which means horror's gonna go up 2. Gosh, dang it. Yeah, I'll take distraction. Ugh, I cannot. I'm just not managing this horror well. Alright. That's the end of the planning phase. Here he goes. So, target's the closest, which I'm actually the closest, but because of the boyfriend event, he's gonna go move to the boyfriend. So he moves 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello, boyfriend. This is how I can get to that girl, by killing her boyfriend. So he gets in there, attacks. The boyfriend doesn't even know what's going on. Last sight he sees is Dr. Fright. He's dead. Again, semi-serious. I don't even want to spend a lot of time describing. I'm not gonna. I mean, he didn't deserve to die, but I'm not gonna miss him that much. All right, so horror goes up, or sorry, bloodlust goes up. Still doing 3 damage, 3 move. Horror goes up 2. 1, 2. So it went beyond max. So that creates a bloodlust, and it goes again. Now he is max bloodlust. 4 damage and 4 move. Further bloodlust isn't going to do too much. It would just make me actually no, it does. It makes me reset the boiler room deck, which I'm stuck in there anyway. It's not the end of the world. All right, I need to get in range of this shot. So when of this house, so when I see him through a window, do I have a move? Crap, I don't. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'm not in range for the rifle. Okay, well. I need to manage this horror again. So, here. Get back in. So focus. All right, I got 1 success, and I can convert. Nope, I'm just gonna. Oh, nope, I don't get to roll 2 dice. I get to roll 1 dice. Redo it. All right, success. Yes. Okay, that goes up -1 time. Now. I have distraction, which can decrease the horror by a lot. Yeah, there's no reason to wait. Let's do it. So if I get 2 successes, I can gain some time actually. I got 1 success, so but I'll take it. It reduces horror by 1, and I actually gain a time, so I go back to 6. Yeah, I'm gonna short rest. I'm gonna try to get some of my health back. So, even in the dream, I can rest. Double success, first one of the night, I think, if I'm correct. 2. So I get 2 health back. All right, I'm at max. I won't. Nancy only has 4 health. It would have been nice if I could have saved a lot more victims and got her ability's pretty cool. But. You'll have to learn that another time. Alright, I got my retaliate still. I'm gonna have to go through the boiler room. Yeah, let's gear up, man, for battle. Let's do this. Alright. Furious Strike. Get both my walks. And let's get the rerolls. Okay. Oh! I forgot. I need to panic that victim. See, I told you we forget. Okay, 5. Well, they stay there anyway. They only exit a house currently on a 1 through 3. So they like to hide in their houses. They're scared to go outside, even if the killer's there, it seems. At least in this game. Alright, so I got those. Planning. And then, yeah, his killer phase. So he moves. He's already with the victim. Stabs the victim. Bloodlust goes up. And actually that makes me reset the boiler room deck, which is not great because I was gonna have good odds of avoiding, and now I'm gonna have a blind pool. So alright. Here we go. Alright. So we gotta go through the boiler room. Let's go up. Hey! Well, that's one thing I'm doing good on. Alright, it's time. It's time to go. I can't let any more of these people die. It may not work out, and he's actually doing 4 damage, so he can one-shot me, basically, if I don't defend, but I don't care. He's done enough terror. Alright. So we're going to walk, because I want to get in range of my rifle. Rolling 2 dice. And we fail, but we're going to take a damage. Stumble on up the street. And lose 2 time. Alright, we're within range. We see him in a window. He's actually pointing at us through the window. Clearly he forgot that we have a rifle. I'm gonna roll my 2. I'm gonna use my rifle. This is my last time before it's out of ammo. And I got a success. Yes. So 2 damage. Again, I hit him. Alright, he's down to 5. I mean, I can make it work. This is the thing in the dream world. Last time I was a martial arts expert, but this time I'm actually I'm a kickboxer in the dream world. So he's about to feel the thunder. Okay, the rifle, I don't need the rifle anymore because it doesn't have any ammo. During the upkeep, I could put the trash can lid back in my hand. So to go along with my kickboxing, I'm gonna have a shield, which I'm gonna need because he's doing a lot of damage. Okay. So he's gonna come to me. So I'm not gonna go. Actually, no. He's gonna go to the big. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get closer because I want to force this showdown. I don't want anyone else dying on my watch. So here we go. We're walking. I need to get 2 spaces. So I really need 2 successes, which is a lot to ask. But all right, did not get it. I'm gonna use 2 to reroll. 2 times to reroll. And I got it. 6 and 6. 1, 2, that costs 1 time, and I have 1 time left. I mean, there's no reason not to take a convince, because I can use it for converting. And that's all my time. Reset. And take these free cards. Alright. Here he comes. So I'm not backing down anymore. He moves out. He's going to damage me for 4. So I don't have the trash can lid in my hand yet, and I wasn't able to move it in yet until upkeep. But I have the retaliate. If I get at least 1 success, I can reduce the damage by half, rounded down. If I get 2 successes, I cancel the whole thing. Plus, since it's retaliate, I counterattack. If I get 1 success, I'll do a damage to him. 2 damage. Okay? So here we go. 2 dice. And I do have another close call and a lot of cards to convert. So I feel pretty good. Of course, I haven't been rolling great. Alright. I got 1 4 that I could convert. You know what? I'm not going to risk I could close call to reroll, but I'm not going to risk it because if I reroll and roll 2 blanks, I think I'm dead. Yeah. So I'm going to discard short rest. Yeah. That's risky, but I'm doing it. And I'm going to discard a focus. Okay. So I reduced the damage by half, rounded down. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Rounded down, 1 damage. So I'm down to 2. All right. We can do this. We can do this, guys. Now, into the terror phase, I have to resolve a boiler room card. If I didn't think about this. I have no defense. So if I reveal Dr. Fright, Nancy is done. So I went up, or I moved the card down, and I got 2 blanks. That's not working. All right, so I need to go left or right. Come on, what do you guys think? This could be the game. I'm gonna reveal this way. This way. Yes! Yes! Hey, I may not be having luck with the dice, but the boiler room, so far, so good. Okay, cool. So Upkeep, I am gonna now get my trash can lid out of my backpack. And we're going to war, man. We're going to war. Right, these were still played during his turn. They don't go back in until later. Alright, we gotta keep chipping away on him. So how are we yeah. Alright, I have a weak attack. Now, this card could possibly damage me 1 if I get 1 success. But if I get down to 1 health, I get an adrenaline rush and actually get to roll another die. So that's not, in this situation, the worst thing. He's already doing 4 damage anyway. I do put myself more at risk where I need to defend. So it's super risky, but man, that extra dice could help. I'm gonna roll 2 dice and do this weak attack. Just a little kickbox. There's a kick to the thigh. A little Muay Thai. 3 and a 1. Yeah. I'm going to convert with a convince and a focus. So I get the 1 success. I do 1 damage. And I lose a health. So I'm down to 1. This is it. I'm going for the wire all the way down. I can't kill him this turn. Just don't have the firepower. But I'm going to go ahead and go for my Furious Strike. I can't convert, but I have a reroll. And I get 3 dice because I have the Adrenaline Rush. So, golly. Alright, so no successes, so I gotta do the close call. Because if I fail this, I take a damage actually, and I might come back, but it's unlikely. So I'm gonna reroll. Come on, I just need 1 success, come on. Who designed this game? That's it. Unless I come back. Alright, so I went in for the Furious Strike. Kickboxing skills. Apparently, I didn't know how to manifest those as well as I thought. I lose a health. Horror goes up. Well, if I'm still alive. So I lose a health. Fall to the ground. But am I really dead? So, let us do this together. Dun, 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 dun. All right, if it has 1 or more hearts on the back, I'm not really dead. I'm really dead. So, Dr. Fright, you win this time. That was a fun play. That was long, and of course I'm explaining everything, but sometimes that's how it happens. I'm not sure about this setup card with all the single victims in the houses. Oh, I guess you guys want to know how I died. So I go in, I'm like, no one else can die. I gotta go in and fight this guy. I go in, we're in the boiler room. I suddenly have kickboxing gear on. I've got a trash can lid strapped to my arm that actually in the dream looks like a buckler shield. And I go in, I hit him with a weak attack. He stabs me as I do that, but then I'm going to go for a big kick to the face, high kick. I'm it's just about to hit him, and he does this like matrix move at the last minute and shoves his pitchfork claw straight into my gut. I look up one last time before the blood loss, and everything goes dark. So that was the end of Nancy and the Frightmare on Maple Lane. Will there be a sequel? Who knows? So, hope you enjoyed. Hope everyone had a great day one of Gen Con Online. Yep, Cope, it's happened. Dusty, I'm sorry I let you guys down. Glad you guys had a good first day. We've got more stuff coming tomorrow. If you can, join our Q&A session in the morning at 10 a.m. You can ask us about any of our games, publishing in general, design, anything you guys want to know about us at all. And we just really want to talk to you guys and interact with the fans. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys. I wasn't sure if anyone was left there, so I'm glad you guys hung in there to the end. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for joining. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 2. All right.